Okay guys, so as you can see here, now we are going to see the what is path variable. Okay, so if you see the path variable means in the URL itself we need to pass the value which is considered as a path variable. Okay, so now I am having a simple get mapping. So get mapping is pointing to the which means configured with the URL called username. Okay, so here in this method I am expecting a parameter called user ID which is integer, and inside that method I am having a list. Okay, inside the list I am having a different users. As we know, list is storing the value based on the index, correct? So which means this is going to be a zeroth index, first index and second index. Okay, so here in the response entity dot okay, user list dot get of user ID. Okay, so which means here we are getting the value based on the index, but this index pointing from the user ID. Okay, so for example, if I pass 0, then it has to return this one. Okay, but now in order to receive this user ID, we are going to use the path variable, which means if I am passing 0 in the URL means it has to return this user. For example, if I pass localhost colon 8080, as we know this has to be like this, and slash username slash, and then if I pass 1 means it has to give this guy, because as we know array starts with 0, right? So 1 means it has to come like this. If I put 0, then it has to be like this actually. Okay, if I put 2 means it has to be like this. If I put other than this one, error will come. Okay, so we are not handling the error now. Okay, so now how to receive this value dynamically? As we know, this is like a hard coded thing, but when it comes to dynamic one, we need to use the path variable. Path variable means we need to mention the like this. So user ID. So now as we are mentioning this curly braces, what it means is it is like a dynamic user ID, which means dynamically we can able to pass the value for this URL. So here if I pass username slash 0 means this user ID becomes 0. So they say whatever the value we are passing here, that will be binded to this argument, and this argument we can use it the way how we are using in the Java. And one more thing, here we need to mention the connotation called path variable, which helps us to bind the value. Okay, so now I think everything is fine. In case if I pass 1 here, then this 1 will be binded to this variable, and same variable will pass to here, and this variable we can use it like this. Okay, so now let me run the application. So our application is started now. I am going to provide that localhost 8080 slash username. Username is what is spelling? Yeah, everything is lowercase. So username slash 0, and the method type is get, as we all know. Let me send the request. Yes, I am getting the proper response called the first user. Okay, can you see that one? As you can see here in the URL I am passing 0, so I am getting the first user. The first user is coming because the 0th index pointing to this guy. Okay, if I pass 1 here, then I will get the second user. Yeah, the second user is nothing but this guy. Okay, if I pass 2, then I will get the third user. If I pass 4, I will get the error, null pointer exception, I think so. Is it corrected? Array index out open exception. Okay, this is fine. We didn't handle the error, fine. Okay, so now again if I pass 1 here, then I am getting the second user. Okay, so this is how we can easily use this path variable to get the dynamic value. For this path variable, we don't need to have any separate parameter or anything. In the URL itself we can able to pass it, and this path variable we can pass it to get or post or whatever it may be, we can able to pass it. There is some restrictions for the this path variable. Okay, yes. Okay guys, so if you have any questions or any queries related with programming, post in the comments, we will help you. Thank you.